Hey guys, Gail here. Welcome back to my channel. I have a project share created for someone in our crafty community who we all know and love, aka Scrap the World. Anyway, she recently joined the grandma class, or whatever you call it, community. And I wanted to make her something to celebrate that. I know that she does so much for everyone in her family. She didn't get the opportunity to celebrate her birthday. Well, I'm not sure, but that's what my imagination said. Anyway, so I wanted to give her something to commemorate her birthday and her little Buppa. Quick story, I used to call my son Boopy when he was a baby, so I thought that was funny. But I cut this image, well, actually, I cut everything out on my Cricut, all the shapes, all the ephemera, and stuff like that. If it wasn't from my Cricut, I'll show it to you. But I just used cereal boxes and cardstock, 110-pound hard cardstock. So on the cover here, I have used some metallic paper, as you can see. Sorry for the glare. I've used some screws here that were brads all around to make it look like one of those portals, if you can see that. Those are from Michael's Recollections. To create the little Buppa on the front, I have used some little thread to create some fake hair, and I popped him up on some just some foam tape, you can see, and just inked my regular cardstock to give it some life. My faux stitching around the edge with my black pen. I usually use a pen like this. They come in a multi-pack from either TJ Maxx or Ross. But so this is a 0.5. Goes from 0.1 to a 1.0. Anyway, I digress. Okay, so this is Buppa. He's out at sea. He's on a raft. He's saying, "Save me, Mimi," or whatever she's going to call herself. And then on the side for a closure, I've just put some ribbon, and I put on the end of the ribbon some charms just to make it a little fancier. So it opens up like this. Full disclosure, this was not the best design. Forgive me, Scrap the World. You've done numerous mini album tutorials, but I was fixated on this portal, so I didn't think about the binding. And it's too heavy for a gusseted one, so this is my compromise. So the inside cover has templates for her pictures that if she wants to cut them to make them, you know, fit the unique shapes, her templates are right here. So there's a fish, there's a onesie, and there's a ship. And here I just did some, I created a pocket and just lined it with my faux stitching. And I did the crab just with the, I'm always talking about the white markers. So I typically use this one from Dollar Tree, or this is one I got from Michael's years ago. Stop saying typically, forgive me. I usually just go like that, and if it puts down too heavy a line, I just take my finger and smudge it out. But that's my little cover page. Then on page 1, I figured that Buppa would be at the beach with his accessories, a toy boat and a pail and shovel right there. And if they, he has to have his bib on to stay nice and clean. And then this is for the picture, so that template will fit over this, so that she'll have a edge on her picture. And behind that, she has a place for journaling. So that's page 1. Oh, I'm sorry. I also used some of this trim from Dollar Tree. I think it's in their garden section. It looks like this. If you watch my channel, you may have seen a video where I use that in a Halloween swap. I just painted it to change the color. So this is the second page here, and it has a ship on it. The ship has a anchor and a steering wheel. These are just charms from my stash. So that's what that looks like. And this is snow text right here to make it look like it's chopping through the waves. Just did the faux stitching with my lines. And so there's her place for journaling. This is the place for the picture. I tried to use some of that magnetic tape. I'm not sure where I got it from. It's from my stash. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, depending on how thick the paper is. It is keeping these two pieces together for the most part, but it's not making it stick like I wanted it to down to this. But anyway, okay, the chain is just from my stash. The seagulls, you know, everything, as I said before, is cut out of my Cricut. So the next page is one of those beach shacks. So there's a place to put photos in there, and there's a place for journaling up here. And that just slides in there. Come on, off for the camera. This is just a number brad. And these are just some closures that I had in my stash for years from recollections. Finally got the opportunity to use them. These right here, I like to use real foliage instead of paper. So they're just some branches that I got from Dollar Tree. And I just cut them off and put them in my work. Let's see what else. So just popped up the Lifesaver. And, you know, the typical faux stitching. That's that page. Then the next page, I did kind of like a Krusty the Krab. And there's a place for 2 photos there. And I used some of this, that gauze. It's just a gauze pad. It's a medical gauze pad. And I just stretched it out and used it like it was some fishing net. And then I used the snow text again on him. And, oh, googly eyes. Just regular googly eyes from my Halloween stash. And that, oh, the trim is going to, so my thought process was that this trim kind of enhances the sand. So I put it on all the pages that had sand. So the other page has sand on it. On this page, oh, another trick I did. Forgive me for jumping around. His claws were not turned this way. They were another way that would not have worked for this page. So I cut them off and re-angled them. And they are not attached, so she could slide the picture behind it. Over here I did an octopus. And I did a couple more places for journaling. So this is a beach ball. And this is my little octopus. He's so cute. I made him kawaii kind of style. I think that's what it's called. But one of my sayings is there are no mistakes in craftings, only opportunities for embellishment. So over here we had made a mistake. So we just used the fish to cover it up. And he would have been caught in the net. I bought some small seashells and used some more of that snow text and some more of that gauze. And the next page is a sand castle with a crab. Someone has abandoned their sand castle. So I just did a cluster over here. And this comes down like that, and they can journal right here. 2 pictures here. And that's that tape, that magnetic tape. And see, it works fine on this. It keeps this little castle secured, but it didn't work on the other page. Go figure. Anyway, my typical shading using my gray pens. I either use this light gray pen or this darker gray pen if I want it to be deeper. I find that the grays don't change. They change, they look like shadows. So you can use them on any color paper, whether it's the red crab, the brown, the tan sand, the blue sky. You can use them to anyone. I like that about it. And then on this page, we created a fancy seahorse and the baby seahorse. So the baby seahorse is a clip, a paper clip. And the mama seahorse is a slide out like this. Oh, just realized. Oh, no, I don't need one because the circle is for the picture. I was thinking that I needed to cut out a fancy shape for that. Did some more of the medical mesh and just fanned it out and put seashells and fish in there. Oh, I thought this was so cute. You know, like there's a bobber in the ocean. You know, I needed red on every page. So I was like, well, what would be red? What could fit here? And then I thought about it. Oh, the fish are caught in a net. So maybe there's a bobber on the net. Anyway, my silly. Oh, how did I make this? This is using glitter. She is backed with holographic paper. She was actually white in color. And I just added textured glitter and the kind that comes in the over in the paint section. And I just added some seed beads and I added some more snow text. And I put a diamond dot in her eye. And on the next page, we have another beach hut, just a different color scheme. And we use different foliage. So this is the foliage from here. Don't know where I got it from. Joann's, okay? And so I just take pinches off and just use it in my crafting instead of paper leaves and all that. It's more realistic to me. Any event, oh, this has the place for journaling as well. Front and back. Front, back, side to side. Have to be old enough to know about that musical thing. Anyway, and then on this page, we have another sandcastle, but instead of him flipping up and down, we tucked behind him. So there's a place for a couple round photos here. Here's a place for the sun also is a place for journaling, and there's another place for a photo as well, and that slides behind there. Another pail and shovel, another sea cluster. Another trick that I did was the scraps where I cut this trim off. If I felt like it looked too naked, I glued it in front of it to give it some more depth and texture. Like, okay, let me show you the last page first, then I'll go back to that. And the last page is a fish. And they can journal up here and put the picture right there. And that just clips under that fish so it won't flap open. Another bobber and some other fish caught trying to get away from the net. And then she was saying that she wants to get into more mixed media and stuff. And that she wasn't too comfortable with, what do you call it? Coloring. So this is what I do. I cheat, kind of. I don't know if I'm any good at coloring either, but this is the little boy who's on the front of my album, right here. So he looked like this before. Come on. There we go. He looked like this before I colored him. So, oh wait, let me put these tags back before I forget. Sorry about that. Okay, so this is what he looked like before. Okay, so I colored him to look like this, and the only thing I used were these 3 markers: a shading marker, a white marker, and a black line pen. So that's how I created him. I'll have a video. Oh, and I'm sorry. These are just hole punch pink. I took my hole puncher and punched out some pink dots for his little blush cheeks. His mouth, is a pink chalk marker. I made him some plaid, a plaid shirt just with some blue paper in this. What else? That's it. Oh yeah, this right here is just some string for his hair, and I just glued it in the center. And you know, the pom-pom, and like I said, that's just this is the dark gray on white. If I didn't want it to show so much, I would use the lighter gray. And so on his face, I think I used the darker gray because it's a brown color. But I'll have a tutorial on that later on. I forgot to show you the back cover. So this is how my binding is. It's just a ribbon through all the holes so it can expand and get bigger if it needs to. But this is the back cover, and it's just some baby clothes on a line, and he was born July something. I forget the date. So I said he was established July 2022. Handmade by Gail's Glam Designs, and that's it. So there is my project share. I hope you guys liked it. Shh, don't tell Tmika, aka Scrap the World, because we want her to be surprised. Not sure if maybe I should tag her and say don't look. But anyway, I appreciate your time. Thank you for watching. Please don't forget to like my video. I'll wait. Okay, that was enough time, I think, to navigate over there and like it. Because, you know, we watch the videos, but we forget to like them. And then it's gone out of your feed, and you don't get that chance. But I hope you did. And if you're not subscribed, please do. Love all of you, and Gail out.